if you just work on your craft and become really great and master your skills, you can have the opportunity to take it wherever you want. And that's in anything you do, really. So
basketball is just kind of a carrot to like get them to want to do the other stuff that they're going to need down the road.
All right, it's the Code of the Craftsman, where we decode the art of mastering your craft for current and aspiring leaders looking to achieve, overcome, and inspire. My name is Ben Cowan.
Alongside Jay Briggs, and today we have two special guests, Coach Eric Bridgeland and Khyree Armstead of the University of Redlands men's basketball team. Today they will be sharing an impactful story of a one-year program rebuild, turning individual talent into a team, as well as building a winning culture. Be sure to get your notebooks out for an incredible story filled with many gems and incredible knowledge.
Khyree and I are a lot alike in terms of we want to kind of do something that's never been done. I've had two other stops, University of Puget Sound and Whitman. And Whitman, we had the number one winning percentage in the entire country out of any level of basketball over our final 4 years there. We were something like 110 and 114 and 10, I think. While that's great, winning never gets old. But the fun thing is to build things and to like do things that have never happened before. We're just building, like the way that we've always done it is to go get talented players that are unbelievable people, see Khyree, and get them to love each other, right? Care about each other.
Khyree, hearing that, what was that attracted you to the University of Redlands and to be a part of that culture that Coach Bridgeland talked about?
I say the number one thing that like made me decide or realize how caring Bridge was in the program was during the visit, he let me go into his house, meet his family, and then watch film and talk about his goals for me as a player, whether it's here or going professionally. I feel like Bridge is just like, he had that like, oh, we want you here. We need you here. And then this is our goals for you as a person, not just a basketball player as well. So.
In regards to basketball, can you just comment on why you play basketball, the work it's taken to get you to where you are now, and also a message to those who may have a similar path to what you have had thus far?
I mean, it's just like why I play basketball is I just started at a young age. My father, he played for Gonzaga back in the day. And so he just that was our first love, really. He just got me and my brother in the gym and just realized that basketball can take you many different places. For example, he was just in Costa Rica, and that's an eye-opening experience. I never thought I'd make it out the country before, and I'm playing basketball out there. So
why you say that, Khyree? Why you feel like you never would have made it out of the country?
I mean, you don't really like life is life. It's hard to take the time to go out and Bridgeland, like making sure that everybody gets that opportunity it's a blessing. So, and then if you just work on your craft and become really great and master your skills, you can have the opportunity to take it wherever you want. And that's in anything you do, really. So I just love the game. It lets me be passionate. It lets me be myself on the court. I feel free. I don't have any like stress, anxiety out there. I'm just one with my guys, my teammates. I just want to win. I just feel like it just lets me be as free as I want, honestly.
What would you say your energy comes from on the court? I've seen you play on the court. You chose and y'all stomping y'all's feet after some plays made and stuff like that, going crazy. So where does that energy come from, bro? Where does that spark? I know Coach Bridgeland likes it. I see him hopping up on the sideline. I was like he's a pastor or something. Where does that come from?
Nothing like those guys, man. Those guys got the foot stomps ticket. I mean, it's not just those guys now too. It's Cameron Brown too, right? He's stomping around. I mean,
man, it's just having fun with it. Like, but really this passion, I've been doing it since a young age. And it's like, that's what separates a lot of people. And like the greatest people are just the ones that embrace themselves and are authentic to themselves. And I feel like if you're playing with me on the team, you love me because that's like what I'm bringing. Like my energy is going to be there. So if you're going against me, you hate me. And for example, my roommate, Nate Johnson, like we played against each other at the JUCO level. And we were going at it. We battled 2 games out of the year. And then now we come here, we're on the same team and roommates, and we went from oppositions to best friends. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know, bro. Just being yourself out there and having fun with it is the key. It's basketball. It's a sport that we started playing as kids, so just keep the fun to it. You can't stress out there.
And Coach Bridgeland, going back to you, I mean, our listeners, they can already see how genuine and how authentic and passionate Khyree is just by the way he talks. But in regards to coaching basketball, you're also coaching young men from what I can see. I mean, of course, you're coaching basketball players, but you're also helping to curate them to be great citizens off the court, being great academic students off the court. So, what do you do to help curate that, that standpoint and how you go about producing Khyrees and how you're able to add to him and not, take away per se?
Khyree kind of made mention to it, like when he visited and stuff. Like we're trying to add as much value to their journey as we could possibly add. And not just on the floor. On the floor is kind of like basketball, just kind of a carrot to like get them to want to do the other stuff that they're going to need down the road. Whether it's journaling, we meditate together, we visualize together. We have a time management seminar this afternoon. There's meetings at the house here in about 2 hours. So we're doing so many more things. Like I would say probably 75% of the things we're doing have nothing to do with actual basketball on the floor. That's the biggest thing is I think our players know that we're authentic and real and we're about them. And I think that's where it all starts, right? That's where it all starts. The program serves a purpose to set guys up for life. Basketball, outside of basketball, life skills that they can use beyond, right? And so I think our guys get that. And then from that point, it's a great dance that we're in. If we're successful on the court, it's because of what guys like Khyree and our inner circle is doing with our team off the court. Period. And how talented we are, right? Those two things, do they like each other or do they love each other, right? So it's got nothing to do with coaching. We're more guides than we are coaches. So I can tell you, like being the head coach here, I don't claim to have all the answers. I'll tell you that right now. Khyree can come in and go, hey, what about this, this, and this? And I go, you might be right. We'll look at it. We'll change this. We'll do that. Maybe. And may or may not agree with it, but that's the open door policy that we have. Like we're just trying to create that culture environment where guys can grow and have an opportunity to really build their confidence and go after what they want to go after. So that's been a good baseline for us in terms of our culture and setting guys up.
Off that too as well. Bridge and I just had a meeting one-on-one, but he told me like this is gonna be your best one of your best leadership classes. He said it's 8 months of leadership. And that was very like an eye-opening saying because it's like that's real. Like as a senior, this is my only time to just, don't be afraid to say something and say like I need to say what needs to be said versus what they want to hear. And so he's just helping me develop certain traits that are going to help me for basketball career and then, business and everything else afterwards. So I really appreciate him for doing that kind of stuff.
You said this is the best leadership class you're going to get. Are there any main takeaways that you've gotten so far?
One is accountability. Like that's probably the biggest, I think, just because as a leader, you have to hold yourself accountable and then I have to like make sure that's reflected to everybody else on the team. Because I can't just tell somebody you got to do this and not do it myself. I have to be able to like sense my problems. And that's just deeper than basketball too. I have to sense my problems to be able to work on those and then transfer that to my teammates that need to work on certain things. So I used to be like a very defensive person, guard up and then just try to get defensive when somebody's trying to coach me or say something to me that I don't like. But I just take in the message for what it is and realize, okay, we're just trying to get better. We're just trying to win. So
just going off the idea of leadership on the Redlands men's basketball team. This will probably start with Coach Bridgeland. So we all know how the season ended. At the end of the season, we were one basket short of going to the national championship. I can't imagine being in the locker room after that. But how do you? Everyone seems to be in a good headspace now. So what's that process been of rebounding from that moment?
There's two things. One, when the journey ends, and this dawned on me when I was at Puget Sound and we had just gone to the Elite Eight and we lost in a close game, and it was a train wreck in the locker room. I mean, guys were weeping. Everyone was just knocked out. And I remember thinking, okay, because I'm the head coach, whoever the head coach is sets the culture, right? And so I'm thinking, am I making a mistake by this? Is this too much? And I've found that that's the greatest thing you could have, right? So guys care, and they don't want the journey to end. So that's how it was in our locker room, and it was good for the underclassmen to see all the seniors really, really wiped out. I mean, because I got to make sure that we get there. We get, and so that's one thing. The other thing is, I don't even know that we even talked about it that much. Like we haven't started official practice. Guys just got to school this week. So when it comes down to it, we were one rebound away, 2 points away, and so like that's something that we will intertwine with our team once we get our true on the court journey going. Right now we're trying to get everybody set up for success academically and socially, right? That's the main thing. And so it's just not time to really get into that quite yet. We don't think. We want to focus on our guys getting to know each other, getting close, having fun together. Those things are so much more important. And then when the time comes, we'll figure out something that will remind us of that, right? Whether it's a screenshot of the scoreboard, whether it's the number 2, whatever it is, whether it's one rebound, and then we'll make the most of it, right?
I can definitely agree to that. We didn't like touch on it a lot because, like you said, it's like we're not going to get into that, but it was a great learning experience for us. And unfortunately, the seniors didn't get to experience what we're about to be doing, but Bridge is big on affirmations and visioning things. And I'm just saying, I'm excited to be part of 2024 national champions. Like that's what I fully believe in, and nothing can change my mind on that. Like we are going to do that. We're going to accomplish that through the guys we have, through the things we've learned, and by how we carry ourselves. So,
boy, Khyree, that was pretty good.
Thanks.
Clearly, I definitely believe in it. I know Ben does as well. But you mentioned the basketball camps. When I was walking to class at Redlands and stuff, we would always see you guys on a little outdoor basketball court, practicing with little kids. And I was always curious as to like, what are they doing like throughout the year? Like we may have classes and stuff like that. So with the code of the craftsman, we always say that the great ones tie it back. So you may be in a college position, you may be playing basketball, but you're helping out kids during your time that you could be utilizing for something different. So Coach Bridgeland, Khyree, what makes you guys, do that?
It's kind of like a purpose of life. Like you are going to teach whatever you learn through life, you're going to give that to the younger generation, the next generation. So that's like the excitement I see in it with working with the kids and teaching them things. And sometimes like the kids, I can't dribble with my left hand. I'm like Steph Curry or me or people started off as amateurs. We all start off as amateurs in anything we do. So it's just realizing that like there's a process to this, and it's just like be easy with yourself and enjoy this, especially as kids. So I learn a lot working with kids myself too. It's just like the patience and seeing myself in them, and it's awesome though. Like we love it, and it's like not like we could care less for money. It's just like we get to work with kids, and then seeing people walk by, they know working with the kids, and it's like that's our culture. That's what we do. We want to help others. We want to just help the community. Be a part of the community is bigger than basketball. It's like a holistic kind of approach to it.
Like first and foremost, we forget, we were all kids, and there's nothing more important than believing in a child. We're very fortunate to be able to have the opportunities to put camps and clinics on and intramural leagues and stuff, and to make a difference in those children's lives, as well as our guys. Our guys see it too, and they're wonderful with the kids. It's amazing how great they are with the kids. That's when you know that you've gotten a really big time recruit, by the way, is not so much what they're doing on the floor. Anyone can make a basket, right? But it's what they're doing off the floor. Like, are they just putting in time with the kids, or they have kids hanging all over them? And regardless of if I walk in or the head coach walks into the to the gym or not, are they invested in really, really trying to make a difference because they were once like that? That's when you know.
Yes,
it's a cool thing.
It's true.
Given all that we've talked about and all you guys have done over the last year or so, going into this season, do you have any other words on one, Khyree as a player, what you're hoping to get out of the season, but also Coach Bridgeland, what you would hope them to get out of the season, or even yourself.
Really just obviously winning. But just to be a champion, you obviously is one team on top of everybody else. So we have to go about everything differently. And that's something I was telling the guys. Like, we can't win a game and the team think, oh, we got lucky. Like, no, we have to dominate everything. So whether it's lifting, whether we're at lift, whether we're in class, whether we're doing anything, we're just looking like champions. It's not luck. It's not, oh my gosh, they got luck. Like, none of that. Like, we can't. So just holding ourselves to a certain standard, like that accountability I'm talking about. We all have to be accountable. We have to tell people it is what it is, and nobody get in their feelings about anything, because we are trying to accomplish something that has never been done, So to be different, you have to act different.
In terms of the expectations, I mean, we have no shot of extending our journey. The journey is where it's at, right? The guys have so much fun together, and we try to treat it like a family best we can. They don't want it to end, right? So the number one factor in that is that we're together, period. We're just together. And like the guys that are in the game, the guys that are out of the game are like pulling for the guys that are in the game. And if they play, great. If they don't, that's okay. I mean, they'll feel that a little bit, but how are we doing, right? And we talk about this all the time. You have to show by your leadership that you're looking out for everybody and not just yourself. And our greatest teams have been like this. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, this year in our first team meeting the other night was, and this is the first time that I've said this, like, I really hope, like, we told the guys, dare to be great, and like have the courage to try to be great. There's an ocean of people and teams that are good. We were good last year. Good is the enemy of great, right? So like daring to be great means that, you know what, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to be the best role guy that I can doing this. I want to be working out in the mornings and then doing this. And if I fail, so what? At least I tried. And I gave everything I had towards it. At least I did that. That's where the champions come in. You know what? I'm going to try. I don't care what anybody else thinks. We're going to be together. We're going to give everything we have toward it. Khyree just made a great point about finishing off the lifts and and like the stuff that they're doing off the floor together. Like that's a big deal. And being together and really like pushing to be great in all of those things in the class and all that stuff. So you have to become a champion before you're labeled a champion, right? You have to become one. You got to act like one. So I really hope that our guys dare to be great and have the courage to really put themselves out there. And you fail, so what? So what? If we do that, if we dare to be great and fail, we're still going to finish above the vast majority of people just by attempting to do that. So many people are scared of failure, right? That's probably most, right? And well, if I put myself out there and I don't, can we push through that? So that's something that we're talking about a lot for this journey coming up.
Certainly. I love that, Coach, how you say dare to be great, because that's been my wallpaper on my laptop for the last 4 years. It says, I dare you to be great. And it's one of those
things. I love that. That's awesome.
It's just a constant reminder, whether, you see it every day. So, it gives you a thought to, practice it every day, because you can't just say it once and then not live it. So just having it as my wallpaper and you saying that is kind of like just like a reassurance to say, like, all right, just keep it pushing. And I hope like a lot of listeners and whoever's listening is seeing this not just through a basketball lens, but also through a life lens, because all the information, all the knowledge, the gems that you guys are dropping, dare to be great. Okay, you can dare to be great on the basketball court, but you can also dare to be great in life. How you approach it through your character in so many different areas in life. So I'm hoping that a lot of people, whoever may hear this is looking at it not just through a basketball lens, but through a life lens as well, and whatever craft that they might be trying to, accomplish.
I think that as any leader, you've got to model it first, right? Like that's the most important thing. And we always talk about in our group, we are all connected. And really, like we talked about, our staff are guides. We're not here, and then the players are there. We're together, right? I can't act a fool. Because if I do, then we're all fools, right? And it's the same with Khyree. We're all connected. So when you say like dare to be great, I could have stayed at Puget Sound. I could have stayed at Whitman. We had the #1 team for 2 straight tournaments, like in the whole country, right? So it's like, and we had a monster class coming in. That's safe. That's safe, right? Coming down the Redlands and building it from the ground up with something that's never been done, that's not safe. But guess what? I don't care. It's exciting to try to do something that's never been done. And if I fail, I don't care. But I'm going to take a shot at it, and I hope our guys take that same approach, right? Like dare to be great and let's see what we can do. But let's put in the work to be great and really put ourselves out there, That's the exciting stuff. That's the stuff that like makes you want to live and do things rather than just play it safe. Who wants to play it safe? No one wants to be good.
Like,
Come on, it'll be great.
There's a big thing of like the law of detachment. Like, don't be attached to outcome, and like, that's big because when you're going into the unknown, you don't have like any past conditioning of like, oh, I'm gonna fail or I might win. You just don't know. You just know you're taking that leap of faith to whatever it is you want to do to achieve whatever it is. You know what I mean? Just when you're attached to the outcome, you have past anxiety or past thinking about it. When you're just on that unknown, that's when all possibilities are possible.
Like, it's always about getting guys like Khyree, showing them one way, hopefully, of how to excel in a group environment. Life is group environments, right? So that's the class that we're teaching right now. It's just basketball is the topic, right? Like that's what we're doing together. How to be successful in that group, right? 2 is teaching our guys life skills that like they can take well beyond Redlands, right? Whether we're visualizing now, you can visualize for a presentation. That's the same thing, right? Meditation is a huge life skill. Journaling is a life skill. So all of those things are just fun to teach and show other people, right? And hopefully they pick up and then they do that, right? Selfishly, the greatest thing for me, and I think it's the exact same for Khyree, is building something that hasn't been built yet. Puget Sound got built. Whitman got built. Redlands, we're building it right now. That's the fun stuff. Is to like build it and like take it to a place that it hasn't been. And then to see if we can even push it all the way, to I don't know, the tournament, Sweet 16, and that's fun. That's the fun part of stuff. So selfishly, the building is what's a huge part of my motivation. But that's always second to our guys and what we're the product that we're trying to give them that we've been describing. Yeah,
Khyree, I noticed a lot just through like your social media presence in regards to your journaling, bro. You speak on just like your own personal thoughts in regards to gratitude. Talk about selflessness and stuff like that. Each of those types of things I read, and you're utilizing your platform in order to better the people around you. So, what would you say, kind of draws you to do that? I know that you have like a business, plan that you want to um, go towards and be able to start. But what makes you do that, Brad? To where, today's society, Dan can attest, you can attest to where a lot of people are scared to post various things because they may think like, oh, that's not the popular thing to post. Mm-hmm. But what makes you?
I'm big on the flow of natural like things. Like you gotta be natural. You can't like have a facade. And I feel like that's what social media has like conditioned us to do, is just post the good things. Like everybody has good, bad, and ugly. And the reason why I really started posting my journal is because somebody was going through it and I just wrote down. Or J. Cole, he made a song, Procrastination. He never thought he would drop it. And then he did. And it was like, it resonated with me. And so that's art. That's creation. You never know who could use that. You never know who needs it. So if it makes an impact on one person or 100, that's what makes me happy. As I know, I can just be free. Like it's just, I used to be really controlled by anxiety. I used to have a perception. I used to perceive myself by how others perceive me. And so now I'm free because I don't care what you think of me or how you can label me. I know who I am. I know what I stand on. I know who I am. And that's me. So I'm just embracing my authentic self. And Bridge helped me with that because he's big on meditation and journaling. And I've known about that. I've tried it. I dabbled in it, but now he really is giving me the guidance to this is how we vision. This is how we have a vision. This is how we meditate. This is what we do. And tying that in with basketball, it helps me just be more free on the court and more present. Like we do one breath on the court, like any dead ball, just a reset and just it's literally a blessing. It's like it's a secret. It's like a little like hack to life. It's just being present and just being free.
Certainly, bro. And that's true because you keep mentioning that word free. And that's a word that I really like. And I think a lot of people can, relate to that and be able to apply it to various things. But to close us out, we always like to ask our, the people that we have on to embrace and be able to get into dialogue with, what is your definition of a craftsman?
I know Bridge got a great answer for this, so I'll let him.
I'm trying to think. I'm stalling. Go first.
But I do love the intro. I'll say that again. I love the intro, but a craftsman, you kind of just say like, it's a big key to life is like whatever you learn is just putting that on to other people. So like with my journaling, whatever I learn, whatever I think I may know, it's just letting somebody experience that perspective. Everybody has their own perspective. You know what I mean? So it's just like, how can we help better ourselves and each other? It's just making a better world. So if you're a craftsman and you share that light with other people, then they're a craftsman. And now we have all these people that have the same vision, same mind alike, and we're just trying to craft something special together and make a change for the better. That's the biggest thing, honestly.
Jim Collins has a great book called Good to Great. And in that book, figuring out what your craft is it involves three different things, right? One, can you earn a living at it? Two, can you be the best in the world at it? Three, can you make a difference with it? And where do those three things all come together, right? That's a Good to Great. You should read Built to Last as well. Those are phenomenal business and life books for teams. But that's where, in terms of crafts, I'm like, boy, I'm getting paid to coach basketball. I'm doing, and our staff is as well, as much as we can do to make a difference in the lives of the guys that we have, as well as our surrounding community with them too. And then being the best in the country, right? That's where it's, that's what we're trying to do. That's exciting. So I feel like I'm blessed because I've found those three things, and my wish for Khyree and for all of our guys, right, is once they graduate and finding their three things, right, where they can make a living at it, be the best in the world at it, and then make a difference within their, that's the game, right? That's the game.
You heard it right here on the Code of the Craftsman. Is there anything else that has been said that you want to say?
Just want to thank y'all for letting us come on here and just talk about our season, our goals, and life and stuff. Really appreciate that.
You guys are phenomenal. I am absolutely loving this. I can't wait. I'm going to keep track of you guys now. I love what you're doing. You're like getting out there and doing stuff.
That's big time. Yeah.
Right. My question is, what are the other things that you're doing on top of that? Right. But I just love it. I'm so glad that you're Redlands grads. I look forward to meeting you too if you guys are going to be at the games.
Absolutely.
That's love. And Khyree, wish you the best of luck this year, bro, with your basketball game. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. I salute you. Coach Bridgeland, great coach, great guy. Wish you the best this coming season, and we'll certainly be in contact.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Thanks for the opportunity.
30 for 30 documentary coming soon on Redlands. All right, guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you for listening. We hope you are able to reflect and apply the wisdom that resonates. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms at Code of the Craftsman. Stay tuned for more content, special guests, and gems you can only get on